All right, guys. Today we're going to be finishing up our December list, and one of the last people is Jude Bellingham. I don't know much about this guy. I know he's a soccer player. Wada Hale. He's the one who recommended him. Wada, man, you got to get your shit together so we can get you tight, man. Um, so yeah. You guys know we use Linda Barron's interaction styles and temperament combined with cognitive functions. We have all these metrics online. All you have to do is go to the playlist. How to find anyone's personality type. Shout out to Jess there. What up, Jess? What up, Jess, man? Um, but yeah, you can go find anyone's personality type, the playlist, and then you can also go to our cognitive functions. We have all those broken down one by one. Today, how we're gonna be doing this is we're gonna do Jude, and if people want to like super chat or something and refer somebody for us to type, we will. If not, me and Thomas will just randomly go off people that we want to get typed. So it's up to you guys, okay? So let's look at the personality dummy base here, guys. They always type people wrong. They have Jude Bellingham as an ENTJ, 3W2 with quite a lot of votes, and then they have ENFP behind that. Thomas, what's your thoughts on ENTJ soccer player, man?
I think there's a 0% chance that he's ENTJ, and I'll say also 0% chance he's ENFP. He might be a 3. I think three's probably reasonable. I don't know much about him, but no, not ENTJ.
Yeah. So guys, so ENTJs are direct, they're initiating, the outcome, they're pragmatic, they're systematic, they're abstract, they're TEFI, and they're SENI. I'm gonna go ahead and take the cognitive functions. I'll take the interaction styles and I'll let T take the cognitive functions. So you have direct versus informing. Direct is specific, concise, and to the point. It's usually directing something. They kind of mean what they say. They can be bossy. It can be a one up, one down type mentality. I tell you what to do. Then you have informing, which beats around the bush. Is passive. It takes more of a I'm down role. They could be like giving you a shitload of information. They can play Blues Clues where you have to decode what they're saying. They can be passive when they talk, but generally speaking, they want to get people to buy in. They don't really want to tell people exactly what to do. That's why it's more of an open communication, while direct is closed communication, right? Then you have initiating versus responding. What I've noticed with the initiating people is they change the topic quite a bit and they don't dig deeper into the conversation, while responding people are going to dig deeper into the conversation almost every time. And based off the brain wiring, initiating is more to the front of the brain, the wiring, so they can easily react to something or get something out, while the responding types have the brain wiring more focused on the back of the brain, so the information does have to travel. Then you have process versus outcome. So process for me, what I look at is this person telling us the steps, the journey, highlighting mostly the journey? Are they setting goals that are movable versus outcome set goals that aren't movable? Outcome people are looking at the destination. That's the only thing that really matters to them. So when they talk, it's more hazy because they're just kind of like, the journey is not as important for them. While the process people, the journey of how they got there, the how to is important to them, while outcome is kind of like when, where kind of thing. So you'll notice that in the speech, like we say, process is very smooth when they talk. It's like a wave. Outcome is choppy, right? Then you have affiliative versus pragmatic. So affiliative, David Kersey, is all about cooperation, the interdependence, asking for permission, the collective, the group, the harmony, things like that. And then you have pragmatic, which is more, so they're going to focus on what's right. It's their affiliative. Then you have the pragmatic, which is a utilitarian, ends justify the means. They focus on autonomy. They don't like roles to be assigned, while affiliative people do like roles to be assigned. They think rules are arbitrary, okay? And then you have systematic versus motive, which we like to call universalism versus particularism. So generally speaking, they're going to try to apply a system to everything that they do, a systematic approach. They believe that that's the best way for them to get to their goals. They're really focused on the system, the structures, how they form and how they work. They're not so much looking at the motive, okay, what they get out of a situation. They're not looking to make everything particularism, right? They're going to be putting you in a one-size-fit-all when it's systematic, while the motive is kind of one by one, looking at every case. And then it's also looking at what they stand to gain from something, okay, guys? Then you have concrete versus abstract. Concrete is all about the what was or what is. Currently, right now, it's more focused on the five senses and tangible things, right? And then you have abstract. Abstract is anything that's intangible. They can have figurative expressions. It could be theory, future focus, what could be. Those are all going to go in the abstract realm, guys. For example, typology is an abstract field, okay? So if you're joining us, most likely you're an abstract type, okay? All right, T, you got the cognitive functions?
Yeah. All right. So TE is going to be inductive reasoning. It's going to be regulating, marshaling resources. It's going to be about data, statistics. It's going to be about consensus, like the group think, what people in general think. FI is going to be about it's going to be about personal values. So it's going to be subjective versus FE is going to be more about the collective values. FI is going to be inner harmony. FE is going to be outward harmony. TI is going to be deductive reasoning. It's going to be TI users like to build their own internal framework. And it's not going to be so much about referencing outside data, outside sources, like TE does. SE is going to be about living in the moment, being able to make an immediate impact, enjoying the present moment, enjoying life. Especially that the high SE users are about kind of like living life to the fullest. NI is going to be one's like it's going to be like your vision, your own particular vision about where you want to go. And with the high NI users, going to be about like self transformation, for instance. It's going to be about, rather than any which likes to expand outward, NI likes to narrow in, likes to go deeper. And then we have SI. SI is going to be about basically like your personal past. As people with high SI, they like to I guess compare the present to the past a lot. They like to reflect on the past a lot. That they will be talking from a first person perspective when during a conversation, versus SE users who will often talk from a third person conversation. SI, you're going to get a lot of I. SE, you're going to get a lot of you. And then when you get NE is going to be about possibilities. They're not necessarily going to be great at looking to their own futures, but they'll be good at looking to other people's futures. Yeah, so that's about it.
All right, guys. So it's awesome from T. All right. So now we'll be jumping into the video, guys. Okay. T, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you hear that?
Not yet.
You can't hear it?
No.
Okay, give me 1 second. All right.
Running around, when you look at it on
You hear now?
Yeah.
phone, it says that Borussia Dortmund are sick, then there's no way we should be there in the table. I'd like to think my voice has got a bit deeper and I'm a bit better looking. I'm slightly better looking.
Already seeing direct.
The Kicker magazine just crowned you as the best Bundesliga midfielder. And they even claim that you are a bubbling volcano, but in a controlled way. So how do you react to that?
Yeah, it's really nice to be appreciated for what you're doing on the pitch, and for people to have that opinion. I think, we live in a time where it's easy to go against the grain and just say something's bad when you don't really think it. So it's nice that people give you praise for when you're performing well. But
praise when you're performing well, I'd say that's SE, right, T? Praise when you're performing well, SE?
Yeah, I think we can put it down for SE.
Yeah.
ultimately, I'm just trying to help the team, really. Like, I always say in every interview I do with you, and it's not me being cliche. I just really, that's my main focus. And, I know the qualities that
my main focus, NI, right? Helping the team, I would say that's a FE.
Affiliative. FE.
Affiliative. Yeah, I mean, you could kind of go either or, affiliative of FE.
can bring to a team. And I'm just glad it's been recognised. Yeah, it's nice.
It is recognized, but overall, like, how do you feel at the moment? Do you already feel like playing really football and going at it again?
I'm itching to play now
Really?
in the Bundesliga. Yeah, really itching to get back. I know we've got 2 games here in Marbella, and I don't want to look ahead, but it's really hard when you've got all the other leagues are playing and you're watching it on TV and you just think, I can't wait to get back to it.
More SE.
I was thinking, like, mentally, I was just...
Yeah, that's more SE. Yeah.
Talking from a third person, he's saying I don't want to look ahead, but kind of to me that sounds like he is looking ahead, but maybe he's giving him like anxiety, like looking ahead. He wants to kind of live in the moment, but maybe he's struggling to do that.
Yeah.
Drained physically, and I said to myself, I want to have a big rest and a nice long rest. And then about 2 weeks into it, I was just like, now I need to go back and get to work.
Getting Journey.
Finally, we're back,
through the
and
steps.
Can't wait to get going again.
Yeah, Journey. Yeah, I think these guys are INFJ. But yeah.
So you said 2 weeks in. So how long have you been on holidays in total?
So I can't remember when we went out, but then we went out maybe.
So I could tell you,
got
but
it,
we talk about that later.
Okay, yeah.
So
We went out, so I think it's been 3 weeks or just over 3 weeks. So yeah, I was really grateful that the club gave me that long to just refresh. And
so you feel, from what I've learned, you feel recovered and you're itching to play again.
Yeah. Still managing some things from the World Cup, but I think overall I feel ready to go.
That's good. If I'm not mistaken, you celebrated New Year's in Birmingham. Tell me.
Yeah, I was in Birmingham for all my break. So I was there from the day we got knocked out to the day we had to be back in for the testing and stuff. So I loved it. People came to me when I got back and they said, "Where was you?" And I just said I was in Birmingham, and then it was all a bit surprised that I didn't go on holiday. I didn't go to Dubai.
More journey.
More progression, journey.
Step by step by step by step. This happened, this happened, this happened.
Yeah.
I think when you're so often away from home, it's nice to just be back home with your family, with your friends, and know a lot of people around the city, and they can. There's always things to do, really. So I went out and had a good time with them, just to take the pressure off my mind, really, and felt really good.
So now you're here for the first time with the team in Marbella in this training camp. How do you like it? How do you sum it up so far?
Yeah, it's the first time I've come here. I think the facilities that we're training at are brilliant. The hotel's amazing. You get the sense straight away that you feel so welcome, that they really want you here, and it's like almost a pleasure for them to have you here. Whereas for us, it's like a pleasure to be here.
You feel welcome.
And there's that like mutual respect.
Like he's talking about being included. So it sounds pretty affiliative, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You feel welcome.
Feels good to be welcomed.
Yeah.
Included.
It's just really nice to come out here and have a change of environment for the next few days, and ultimately just have the best place to work hard and get ourselves ready for the Rückrunde.
I would say the weather's probably a little better than it was in Birmingham.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah. So had you had the time to have a little beach promenade walk and stroll around?
I've been by the pool in between sessions. I've been and the cafe down the bottom.
Yeah.
Might go and have a walk out onto the beach before the game tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, I've had a little explore. I like to be by the pool. When it's sunny, you've got to make the most of it, don't you? So yeah, I've had a nice time away from the pitch.
But I mean, working so hard, you probably must be tired after training twice a day, and then maybe rest is more important than stroll around. And
definitely. I think it's the perfect balance, because you want to be back, and you need to get back, and you're back now, and it's a lot of work, and it is tough for the body. You go 2 sessions where the intensity is really high. It's normal that you're going to feel stiff and tired. But I think when we've got this hotel where you have so much to kind of do to relax, you feel good and ready to go the next day. And I think that's the most important thing, that both complements each other.
Yeah. So, of course, we want to have a little outlook or venture into an outlook with you. But we're going to talk about your goals, your personal goals, your goals with the BVB. But before that, we want to look back a little bit. And to be exact, 10th of December, England lost the quarterfinals against France. So there you have it. That's the day. How long did it take you to come to terms with it, that you were eliminated?
I think you come to terms with it pretty quickly, to be honest. Like you accept the fact that you've gone out quickly, but I think your mind still, like I still think about the game now at times. You know, I had there was like an instance in training where I had a shot and I thought that was just like the one that I had in the France game, and if I'd put it more to the left, would we have gone through? You know, I was.
Is that SI Demon there?
Not too sure.
Sounds like a little bit like, you know, he missed an opportunity. The SI Demon is still playing the same scenario over in his head.
Yeah, maybe.
There you have it. That's the day. How long did it take you to come to terms with it, that you were eliminated?
I think you come to terms with it pretty quickly, to be honest. Like you accept the fact that you've gone out quickly, but I think your mind still, like I still think about the game now at times. You know, I had there was like an instance in training where I had a shot and I thought that was just like the one that I had in the France game, and if I'd put it more to the left, would we have gone through? You know, I was involved for the first penalty where I flicked it to Bukayo, and the second one when I put the passing behind to Mason. And I always think, what if I just put it on Mason's toe and he went and scored, and then there would have been no second penalty. So you overthink things, but
see what I'm saying? You see it?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Analyzing it. What if I did this? What if I did that?
Yeah, a lot of what if. Yeah.
Well, if I did that, then I'd have a different outcome. You know, he's playing back the losses in his head, trying to figure out, analyzing it. So yeah, I would say that's also abstract then.
Yeah, playing at different scenarios.
I think you come to terms with it quickly because, you know, you can't change it whether you like it or not, and it's hard to tell yourself that. But you know, you're on the playing home, and you like. We gave everything. We had a tournament that the country can be proud of. We put up a really strong fight against one of the best teams in the world. We went out narrowly, and you learn to kind of use it as ammunition for the next ones. And I think that's how I've taken it, man.
Sounding very
I would say overall it was a
yeah.
All about like us, the team, like we, you know, he just seems to have that very like interdependent outlook, collectivist outlook. Not me. It's all about like us together.
Okay, so let's go ahead and knock out some of these metrics here. I think me and T are pretty sure this guy's INFJ, which we did say. A lot of people did watch that our kinesthetic intelligence video. So you guys saw that we put INFJ pretty high, and this might be one for you guys. Okay, so he is direct, obviously responding, process.
Yeah, you can check those off, you know, 100%.
100%, he's a finisher, guys. So you're looking at, based off that, you're looking at the finishers. And we feel pretty good about SENI. That's
very good about that. So
very good. Oh, that's the wrong one.
I mean, really, there's enough information already to put him as INFJ, but
we'll just go a little longer.
Yeah.
T, is there anybody you want to do in general to type today? I mean, because we're about to be done with this guy pretty quick. So
yeah, I mean, I have a few people we could do.
Yeah, well, let's finish this guy out and then. All right.
Good World Cup from England's side, or from England's perspective, and you overall had a very strong impression at the tournament. How do you look back on your personal World Cup?
I think it was good. I think it was really good. I was really proud of it. I think you can't be satisfied because you go with the intention of winning it, and I really did feel like we had the chance to, especially after we got through Senegal and you realise it's only 3 more games. I think had we beaten France and we, gone through, who knows what can happen. But it's all ifs now. But yeah, I felt like personally,
more what if.
Really at home. I enjoyed the kind of the pressure of the games and the responsibility that the manager gave me. I think my best game was probably Senegal when I was.
Would you say responsibility the manager gave me? Would you say that's affiliative?
Sounds like it, yeah.
The responsibility the manager gave me. Liking to have the roles.
Exactly. The roles assigned.
Yeah.
I was free, and when you know, I got given the license to kind of be decisive and roam around the pitch and stuff. And I think that's when you saw my best performance of the tournament. And it was just nice to play with that
My best performance, SE.
freedom and, you know, regardless of the pressure, that I had so many good teammates around me that just kept encouraging me to do what I was doing.
Yeah.
Teammates around me to keep encouraging me to fucking FE. Feel this.
Sounds good. Let's check out the World Cup for now. Come back to the Bundesliga, and now a little further back. Do you actually remember the very first time we met? Actually,
Was it Bad Regards?
it was Bad Regards. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And we have a little look into that interview that we both had. Look at you.
Both our hair's got better, hasn't it?
Jude, tell me, how do you cope with all that pressure, being so young and so talented?
I think pressure, you create it yourself through lack of preparation and confidence, and luckily I don't lack confidence, and I always try and stay prepared at all times, so I'm always quite confident that, you know, I can achieve the things that I want to achieve.
What do you think?
Gotta have that preparation because SE inferior.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta have that preparation. It's very important for NR to be prepared, right? Because what if goes wrong, they're gonna shit the pants because they got any opposing saying you're not gonna be ready, and then they also think, oh, you know, I'm not gonna be able to improvise. So they
Exactly.
gotta do the preparation beforehand.
Have to almost have to experience it before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Anticipate it.
Yeah, anticipation.
Video. If you look at that old Jude and hear yourself saying those things.
I'd like to think my voice has got a bit deeper and I'm a bit better looking. I'm slightly better looking. But other than that, I'd probably agree with what I was saying. You know,
Sounds like FE, like self-deprecation.
Pressure's a privilege at a club like Borussia Dortmund.
He's making fun of his younger self.
Yeah, G hit the nail on the head on that one with self-deprecation, FE.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of his development, it's not a knock against him. I don't feel like he's not really leaning into TI. I think he very much leans into his FE in terms of like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
So I mean, if somebody wanted to make a case for ISTP, I just don't see it because he would be all about TI, and I feel like we're barely getting that from him.
Yeah.
Patch it however you want and say, oh, you know, I don't feel it, but you have to understand that there's pressure playing for such a big club, and I definitely understand that. I think I relish it. I enjoy the kind of the big games, the big moments playing for such a big club. So yeah, it's a privilege to be put in them situations. So I'd agree with 17-year-old Jude there.
From today's perspective, you can only say that hearing that and remembering what you have said in that interview, you weren't too cheeky, you weren't too self-confident, but 2.5 years later, you're still here. You've been wearing the captain's armband already. What would you have said if I told you, like, just wait 2.5 years and you will be captaining this team onto the pitch?
I would have said no chance in 2.5 years. You know, give me maybe 8 or so. But yeah, in 2.5, I would have said no chance too early. But I think the way that my teammates and the staff that I've had, the coach have helped me to kind of develop has been really, really good. It's given me the platform to, I came to the club talented lad and whatever else, but I've added elements to my game that have kind of taken it to the next level. And I think that's down to them mainly. You know, I've put the work in, but it's them that have put me in the environment to make it happen. They've added the kind of leadership side to my game as well, particularly with Marco Rosa and this season. So yeah, it's just learning every year, taking stuff in my stride and trying to use all the experiences that I've got so far and other people's experiences when I talk to them to add it to my game.
Other people's experiences, SD.
More journey.
Just
Journey too, yeah.
Try and be a sponge and pick things up as much as possible.
Yeah, and you seem to improve year after year from what I can tell. And but you touched on that just now. What aspects of your game you would say have improved the most since back then?
I'd probably say, like I said about like the World Cup games, I'd probably say I'm a bit more decisive now in terms of when I get into the final third. You know, I think I always think when I'm on the pitch that I can affect the game, and whether it's with a goal or an assist. And I think my kind of game, the way I play, and the aim for me is to be effective without that. But I think when you can add that, it's so much more valuable to the team and to score lines, of course. So I think that's one thing that's, majorly improved, and you can see it with
valuable to the team. Yeah.
the numbers, even though I'm
I
not
feel like we're
massive
beating a
into,
dead horse at this point.
Yeah, let's go ahead and call him INFJ, guys. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call this guy INFJ. Jude Bellingham, INFJ. So another INFJ to the club. And if you guys watched our most athletic video, we did put INFJs actually quite high.
Built different, right?
Different category. So yeah, I mean, you guys got to see the SI demon there play out. You'll see that play out with a lot of NI DOMs. You know, when they make a mistake, they'll be playing that over and over in their head. TIFE with this guy as well. So we got him as a INFJ. Okay. Woohoo! It's kind of crazy. We rarely ever get them. I'd say. Let's go. So he gets to join Ronaldo then. INFJ. Are we going 3W2?
Yeah, I think that's probably reasonable. Yeah, 3W2. But
Yeah, he seemed like he's not afraid of the moment, you know. So he's, I would say, assertive. So 378. But what are we thinking? SPSO? What are we thinking?
yeah, either SPSO or SOSP. But yeah, I think maybe SPSO is more reasonable.
Yeah. What are we thinking on the subtype here?
Double normalizing.
Double normalizing.
Either that or normalizing, harmonizing.
N squared, baby. N2.
But I think NFs are they're generally going to be pretty harmonizing, just as a temperament.
As a whole.
So,
As a whole. What do we think about demigod level? Above average?
Yeah, I'd say above average.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he seems very well developed. Yeah, I don't think he's like I wouldn't say prodigy level, but yeah, he's very well developed.
Yeah, those guys can really get up there to prodigy pretty quick on the INFJs. But yeah, so we got him. Who do we want to do next?
Well, I think since we're kind of doing athletes, I'd maybe like to look at another athlete. I've kind of wanted to look at either like Mickey Mantle or Joe DiMaggio.
Damn, but you have to. I don't even know who that is. I'm like, who? What? Mickey? What?
Mantle.
Mickey Mantle. Okay. What did he play?
You don't know who Mickey Mantle is?
Nah, bro, I don't. I just like rarely ever. What did he play?
No, he played center field for the New York Yankees a long time ago. But there are interviews.
Oh, so he's older.
Yeah, he's older.
Oh, is he a baseball player?
Yeah.
I've heard the name. Now that you say that, I've heard the name. Mickey
Mantle.
Mantle. Yeah, I see it. All right. Oh man, he's really old. All right, this one's gonna be there's one with him and Bob Costas.
Yeah.
I guess we can try that. Let me get this name up here.
Maybe get 2 for 1.
Yeah. Is that Bob Costa guy? Is he I want to say, is he INFJ?
Yeah, I believe so. He's like a clone of Mark Hamill.
Yeah, he does look like him. I remember you bringing it up one day. But yeah, let's see what the dummy base kind of man is.
I have no idea.
Mickey Mantle. Damn, bro, they don't even have him on here.
They don't?
No.
Yeah.
Wow. Seriously? Are they serious?
I guess they don't watch sports.
Maybe because
It's older, I know.
Yeah, they ain't got shit on him, bro. Crazy.
They have, they have a lot of like, celebrities from a while back on there, so it's kind of surprising.
That is surprising as fuck. Okay, guys, so we don't have to deal with dumbass database here. So
we'll put them into the database.
Yeah, hopefully, like somebody will see it and you hear that, T?
Huh?
You hear? Let me see.
Yeah, I can. Now I can. Or wait, no.
You hear?
I can't. No.
You can't?
No.
Oh, shit. All right, give me a second. It's weird sometimes. I think it's.
From a lead miner who taught Mickey to switch hit at the age of 4, pitching to the little boy every day.
So you can hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
After returning home from the mines. For years, Mantle has joked, if I'd known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself.
Ooh.
The line always got a laugh, but shortly after New Year's, the announcement came. Mickey Mantle had checked into the Betty Ford clinic seeking treatment for alcoholism.
Ooh.
Then, just days after he returned home, his son Billy died of a heart attack at the age of 36. Even after Billy's death, Mickey insisted that we go ahead with this interview. This is a story Mickey Mantle wanted to tell.
1969, when I retired, I didn't feel like that I had given it all I had, or I felt like something was missing. And by that time, I was probably an alcoholic and didn't know it. The last 10 years, from like 1980 up to now, or up till I went to Betty Ford, it got pretty bad. I mean, I got so bad, I couldn't even, people would tell me I did things, and I couldn't remember. I did things for the last 10 years that I had no idea I was doing.
When you got to Betty Ford Clinic, I'm told that you received more letters than anyone who's ever been at Betty Ford. And when you consider some of the famous names who've gone in and checked out, that's kind of remarkable.
I had teachers have their class, little kids write me letters, third and fourth graders would write a letter, say, Mickey, we're glad you went out there, and I didn't realize it. I really didn't realize until I started getting those letters what I did mean to some people. In a way, it was really, I'm not saying that I'm glad that I was drinking and had to go there, but in a way, it really helped Mickey Mantle, those letters and stuff.
To appreciate Mickey Mantle,
I'd definitely say direct so far.
Understand the context of his career and the era he represents.
Not quite sure about a journey or outcome yet. I could see a case for journey, but I'd definitely say direct.
Yeah.
Baseball was still unquestionably the national pastime. The Yankees were still the best and most glamorous team in all of sports. And Mickey Mantle seemed to embody the game's mythology. A big blonde kid from Oklahoma, arriving in New York literally carrying a straw suitcase, about to replace Joe DiMaggio in center field for the mighty Bronx Bombers. Everything about him was classic. The look, the swing, the ring of the name itself. Such was his popularity that over the years, Mantle heard from hundreds of fans who said they had named their sons after him. The legend was enhanced by the perception that Mantle was star-crossed, heroic in the face of constant injuries. But there was more to the story than most of us knew, and Mantle acknowledges it wasn't just the injuries that shortened his career and kept him from realizing his full potential. Do you think you just fell into the lifestyle of so many ball players of your era? Or do you think you drank to fill some space in your life?
No, Bob, I'll tell you the truth. I think it was just the lifestyle, the ball game's over, you have 2 or 3 beers at the ballpark. If we're on the road, we go back to the hotel on a bus. You get your group together, and there's a lot of cocktail parties, in the winter times, at banquets and stuff. It just seemed like it was just there all the time for me. I don't know why.
Did you ever play baseball drunk?
Well, I guess probably. I remember one time. Now I want everybody to know that I didn't do this. I don't think I ever really hurt my team that much. No. One time, Bobby Lane, the old quarterback in Detroit, the Detroit Lions, he was in town in Detroit one time. He took me out one night, and we drank way too much that night. And the next day I went up to hit, and I didn't take batting practice or infield or anything. And I could have hurt the team that day, but the first time up, I took the first pitch right down the middle, and I yelled at the umpire. And I know you remember, I didn't usually argue with umpires. And I just made him kick me out of the game because I had no business in that game. But outside of that time, I don't remember ever where I would think that I hurt the team by playing.
While he may not have hurt the team, he led to 12 World Series.
I think it was more like FE. Hurt the team.
I do think he's FE. I think he's probably STP and FJ. I'd say most likely that's what I'm getting. He seems like an SE user.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
But yeah, yes, that's kind of where I'm leaning.
Mickey Mantle is convinced he hurt himself. By the late 60s, the injuries, the alcohol, the lack of conditioning caught up with him. He had his last big year when he was just 33. He was finished at 36.
I don't hit the ball when I need to. I can't steal second when I need to. I can't go from first to third or score from second on base hits. And I just think it's time that I quit trying.
Despite 3 MVP awards and more than 500 home runs, Mantle left baseball haunted by the feeling he should have been better. So you told me once that when you retired in 1969, your first year out of baseball, you sat there depressed, thinking that regardless of the fact that you had a Hall of Fame career, that you'd screwed up.
Well, I did. I mean, and that's what we've said before. I feel like that when I retired in 1969, I felt so bad about it that I really believe that's the reason now that's when I started drinking for a reason, I think maybe. I used to have that reoccurring dream that I was trying to get back into the ballpark. I could hear Casey and the team out there playing, and all the gates were locked, and I had to try to sneak through a hole in the fence to get into the ballpark. And then if I did get in, I'd hit a ball that should have been a hit, and I couldn't run. The outfielder would throw me out, you know. There's just weird things was going on in my head all the time.
For the last 25 years, Mickey Mantle's inner conflicts were slowly eating away at him. The publicity photos often showed a proud family man. Here he is with Billy in 1961. But in reality, his 4 boys grew up without him. Basically shy, he was never fully comfortable making a career out of public appearances as a famous retired ball player. Over time, the drinking increased. This year, a doctor warned him his liver was so bad, his next drink might kill him. With the urging of sports broadcaster Pat Summerall, a longtime Mantle friend who himself had been a patient at Betty Ford, Mantle checked into the clinic.
I can tell by the way people look at me and talk to me, are you doing all right? You know, they can't believe that I really have stopped drinking, but I have. And I don't really, I'm surprised myself that I don't really even want to drink.
Now you come out of Betty Ford and everybody believes this is an important crossroads in your life. And then just weeks after that, your son Billy dies of a heart attack. And he had had serious medical problems and involvement with alcohol and drugs himself.
Well, the way he, you know, I had this long history, and a lot of people thought that was the reason I drank so much was because my dad and his 2 brothers and his dad all died with Hodgkin's disease, which is inherited, you know. And a lot of people thought that's the reason I drank. But I don't think that really ever came into play with me, to tell you the truth. I got 4 boys, Mickey, David, and Danny. All of a sudden, Billy had Hodgkin's disease. And getting rid of it, he had to take chemotherapy and stuff, and they gave him some Dilaudid, which is a drug. And for some reason or other, he got hooked on drugs, and he just never could get over it. But he did die of a heart attack. He had a heart attack, and they put a valve in his heart. And then just lately, he had another one.
This is a hard one to confront. Your youngest son, Danny, had been to Betty Ford. Billy had Hodgkin's disease and also some drug problems, some of them illegal drugs, others being hooked on prescription drugs.
Mostly all prescription.
He'd also had troubles with drinking. Do you think the life you led may have influenced your kids?
Well, one thing that I really do feel, I was not a good father, really. I mean, I was never there, you know, like one of the things I learned at Betty Ford's, they have programs, you know, that teaches you why you're depressed and things like that. And one of them was that I've always felt like I wasn't there for my kids, like my dad was for me.
I think a lot of the people who are rooting for you had an immediate logical concern when they read about Billy's death.
Huh?
What you saying?
He's Luke Skywalker's interviewing Mickey Mantle.
Yeah, it's good. I think this guy might be ISTP.
I think so. I mean, I'm getting direct responding. He's very self-deprecating.
Yeah.
He seems to be he's very critical of himself.
We'll keep going.
Not only that they felt for you, it's not a natural thing for a parent to outlive a child, but also that it came so soon in your recovery that maybe it would prove to be an obstacle, that it would be a chance to turn back. That had to have crossed your mind.
I'll tell you, it was pressure. A lot of pressure. But I got 3 more boys.
What the fuck?
Tell me about how you feel about those 3 boys now.
Well, one thing I learned out at Betty Ford is, you know, they teach you a lot of things out there. And one of the things, I had to write my dad, who's been dead since 1951, I had to write him a letter of things that I didn't do for him. And you talk about something that's hard to do, that's really hard. I need to spend more time with my boys are men now, you know, but I still need to get with them.
Be better able to express how you feel about them, maybe?
Yeah.
This is...
I don't get close to people or something. I'm weird, I guess, but I need to tell them I love them.
There's some Effie and Fury shit there, T. I got a problem getting close to people.
Yeah.
It might be. He is kind of odd because he was talking about like one of the things they taught me, one of the things I learned. I feel like that's often TE. But otherwise, yeah, I'm thinking he's more TIFE.
Get close to people or something. I'm weird, I guess, but I need to tell them I love them.
I always had the sense that there was a sadness about you. I mean, we all have some regret, but I always felt that there was quite a bit of sadness about you. In retrospect, was that true?
Yeah. I think that when I did drink a little too much or something, it kind of relieved the tension that I felt within myself, maybe because I hadn't been what I should have been.
Because you hadn't been the ball player you felt you should have been.
Or the daddy.
In your autobiography, you went out of your way to say, I'm not a role model. Did you feel uncomfortable that so many people did view you as a role model?
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted the kids. Like, I looked up to Stan Musial and Ted Williams, DiMaggio, guys like that. Those are role models. I wouldn't want kids trying to be like I was at the end there, no.
Do you appreciate the distinction, though, between a role model and a hero? You may not have been a role model, but you were a hero.
Well, no, I don't really. I never have sat down and thought about it like that, no.
Well, you're the guy who stood in the shadow of the monuments at Yankee Stadium. You're the guy who hit the ball into the upper deck. You're the guy who people still have a feeling for. Not people who want to buy and sell your art.
I'm sorry?
Is he hitting him with Effie right now? Like telling him all the good things you've done?
Oh, Bob, yeah, he's pummeling him with FE.
Yeah.
Autograph.
Trying to make him feel good.
when they hear your name and they see the film clips of you playing, it moves them in some way. It takes them back to a time. Maybe they can't fully explain it, but you mean something to them.
Well, those people mean a lot to me, too.
Do you appreciate it more now?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't know why. I guess while it's going on, you don't realize that it's not going to last forever, you know? All of a sudden, it's over with.
Are you a changed man?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Well, I'm not going to drink anymore, and I'm going to start trying to give back some of what people's given me.
And I know you feel bad, at least you used to feel bad, that you weren't always as gracious in return to people.
Oh.
They wanted to love you, and sometimes they got the best side of Mickey Mantle, and sometimes they didn't.
If I'm bad to somebody, if I'm going through an airport and a little boy comes running up and says, Mickey, please sign this. If I don't sign it, if I run and get on the airplane and don't sign it, that whole, you talk about some drinking. I mean, I'll grab a drink and start drinking it thinking I should have stopped. Even if I missed that plane, I should have stopped and signed that little boy's autograph, but I didn't.
Did you ever say to yourself, wait a minute, I'm one of the best ball players of all time. I've made a significant amount of change doing this. I'm financially secure. People seem to love me. Why don't I feel better?
Maybe I do, in the back of my mind, feel like I've let everybody down some way or other. I know there is something in there that's not fulfilled or something. I don't know what it is, Bob. I can't explain it.
Let's hope you've got a lot of years left to continue to write chapters in your life. What do you hope for? What should people think in the end?
I hope that people at the end will say, he turned out all right. I'm proud that I named my son Mickey. That would be nice.
T, I kind of want a little bit more with this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
I want a little bit more.
He's a little bit tricky. Maybe it's because he's older. But I think I would definitely cement him for direct responding. He's I would say most likely SENI. He seems very concrete. I think overall.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Well, always a very popular player, but it's surged again now in the 80s and early 90s.
I guess it's the the bubblegum card craze. I don't know. I have no way of knowing. I had one guy tell me one time what he thinks it is that like DiMaggio and Williams and those guys, they're kind of, they're like a little older now. The guys that are in control now, so to speak, are guys like you that was kids whenever I was playing. And now they're about 45 or 50 years old, and they got kids. And they tell them, I've had a lot of guys come through those bubblegum cards, tears in their eyes, and say, Mickey, it took me 30 years to get here, shake my hand. I've been waiting all this time. And then if they got a little boy, like the last card show I was in, guy said to his kids, his son, that's the greatest baseball player that's ever lived. And the little boy looked at me and he says, Daddy, he's an old man. But anyway, for some reason or other, and I guess that's what it is. I retired in 69, and from about 1969 to 74, when I went in the Hall of Fame, it was kind of like Mickey Mantle died, I went back to Dallas, Texas, and we had Mickey Mantle country cooking and a couple of bowling alleys and stuff like that, but nothing seemed to be going good, and it didn't make any difference where I went. Nobody cared, And that wasn't, I have people too come through those lines and say, don't you get tired of signing your name, or tired of this? And I sure don't. It's really flattering, and that they'd even want my autograph, and then to brag on me and it's flattering as it can be, and I don't get tired of it. I really like it. But for some reason or other, I have come back. And it seems like now that I'm more popular than I was when I played.
You mentioned Mickey Mantle's Country Cooking. That was one of those business deals. Didn't turn out all that well after you retired. But you had a great idea for a slogan. And if they had only used the slogan, then the thing would have been more popular than Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Well, I did. I used the slogan myself, and I'm not sure that's not what closed it up.
What was it? It's late at night.
To get a better piece of chicken, you'd have to be a rooster. I noticed that Willie Mays was opening up a fried chicken place out in Jersey here lately, and I wanted to pass that slogan on to him, see if he'd use it, see if it worked for him.
This is the year of a lot of baseball anniversaries, and you were involved in one way or another in 3 of them. In 1951, Bobby Thompson hits his famous home run, but you're a rookie for the Yankees, and you're waiting to find out whether you're going to play the Dodgers or the Giants. Did you watch the game on TV or listen to it on the radio?
I can't remember if I watched that game or not. Billy was with the Yankees at that time too, and I doubt that we watched the game.
So Billy Martin probably was getting you ready and psyched up for the World Series.
Was getting ready for the series, yeah.
What was DiMaggio like to you? That was his last year, your first year.
Joe was real quiet. He wasn't really outgoing at all. You know, like my locker was right next to Joe's in the Yankee locker room, and he was my idol when I came up. You know, I think he was probably the greatest. I didn't get to see him but that one year, and he was still good in his last year. But I think he was probably the best all-around baseball player. Many people have said that ever played.
But you and he weren't close. He didn't say, "Hey, kid, you're going to be a great player."
I think, and then many people, it's like he's doing TINTE. But I definitely know that this guy's for sure an SE user.
Yeah, I think we could cement that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that off the board. He's SENI, just making sure there. This guy's SENI.
Yeah, not really great at referencing his own SI, his own personal experiences.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody said this guy is tough. How many celebrities are you guys gonna type? Maybe 2 to 3, maybe another one after this. But this guy's getting on my nerve.
If he spoke to me, I'd say, "Hey, Joe, how you doing?" You know, but I kind of like waited till he speak. Sometimes you'd say, "Hey, Joe, how you doing?" And he'd go right on by and sit down. You know, so it was like you let him. He was the boss.
Yeah. 35 years ago this month, Don Larson pitched his perfect game in the 1956 World Series. And you hit a home run in that game and saved the perfect game with a great running catch. What do you remember about that day?
Well, I remember that catch because I didn't make that many great catches, but I do remember that one.
Here's the pitch coming to him. Swings on this one.
Self-deprecation.
Yeah, that's more. It seems like more FA. Yeah.
That was one of the biggest thrills I've ever had playing in that game. I was nervous playing center field. You know, you hear guys saying, "Just let them hit it to me." You know, I was hoping they didn't hit it to me. Another thing I remember about Magley pitched a great game in that series, in that game.
Yes.
I don't think we got over 3 or 4 hits off him. I hit a home run, I think, about the 5th inning.
Magley feeds the 2-2 delivery to Mantle. There's a swing and a drive in the right field, and that is a home run for Mickey Mantle.
I think we beat him 2-0.
Yeah. What was Larson like on the bench?
He's trying to get somebody to talk to him. You know, we call him Goonie Bird, and the name fit. I mean, he knows he's pitching a no-hitter, and you know, everybody is how superstitious everybody is during a no. Guys in the booth don't even say anything about it, right? He's walking up and down the bench trying to get somebody to talk to him. "Hey, Mick, you know I got a no-hitter. Wouldn't it be funny if I pitch a no-hitter?" Everybody's trying to stay away from him, you know.
So you didn't even say anything to him?
No, get out of here, Goonie, you know.
And he really was Goonie, right? I mean, he was like always out till 3 or 4 in the morning, and Stengel kind of had no use for him, right?
In fact, I think before that game, he might have been out a while that night. He smelled like it in the dugout.
1961 now, 30 years ago, is your pursuit of the home run record with Roger Maris.
Roger, yeah.
They say, or they said then, the two of you, they tried to pitch you as rivals, but you told me many times before, not only weren't you rivals, you were pretty good friends.
Oh, in New York, you can pick out your own roommates. On the road, you know, well, I didn't have a roommate that year. We quit having roommates or I quit having a roommate when Billy got traded in 57. So I didn't have a roommate. Roger could, I think he roomed with Cletus Boyer, I think. But anyway, in New York, you can pick out whoever you want to room with, you know, and me and him had an apartment out by LaGuardia Airport. I don't think me and him ever had an argument. I can remember most of the time he got up a little earlier than I did, you know. I can remember I'd be laying in bed and he'd come in and whack me in the head with a newspaper and say, "Hey, roomie, get up." We had another fight, you know. He'd bring a cup of coffee in and then we'd sit there and laugh about the article in the paper, you know, where we had a fight. I don't think we ever had an argument.
What was the worst you ever felt as the result?
I want to say that was more Journey Day. I think he's concrete too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I feel like I'm getting a lot of Journey. He's always going through the steps. Yeah. And whenever he's when he references the past, a lot of it is like he's like, "Oh, I think maybe," like it's like a lot of this like shot in the dark kind of shit where he's like I'm not 100% sure about this, but I think this is what happened. Yeah, so I'm getting I'm leaning towards ISTP. In some ways it feels kind of odd, but I think that seems most likely.
Yeah. That's where it seems to be headed towards.
I'm just not seeing a strong case for anything else.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing any type of abstraction at all. But I mean, we'll
And maybe like he was brought up in a different era, so like if he's pragmatic, the pragmatism is like maybe not as obvious as with more like people who are younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime he has an opportunity to self-deprecate, it's like he takes that opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that catch because I don't make that kind of catch often. He always finds some way to kind of like downplay his achievements.
Yeah. Even though he's like one of the best.
He was a Triple Crown winner during his career. It's not only like I think a handful of baseball players have ever been Triple Crown winners. He was at least offensively definitely one of the best players of his era.
Best team lost, and I couldn't stand it. I cried. I've been with the Yankees for 11 years then, right? And I cried all or 10 years, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you guys won your games 16-3, 10-0, and 12-0, and they won all the close games. And then in this seventh game, Mazeroski hits the home run, beats you guys 10-9, and it's a wild scene. He's running around the bases, and
I remember Yogi was playing left field. I was playing center field. When the ball went over the wall, it's that brick wall out there. Yogi's up against the wall, so I'm backing him up, in case it did hit the wall. And when it went over the wall, I looked at Yogi, and Yogi turned around and looked at me, and he went, "Well, we do. I mean, that's it."
Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence, home run. The Pirates win.
Especially fans who aren't old enough, most of the footage that they would see of you would be from the 1960s. And even though you were still a great player during most of that period of time, you couldn't run anymore. So a lot of younger fans don't realize how fast you were. I mean, in a flat foot race, you were faster than Willie Mays or faster than whoever.
Just about anybody, yeah. Yeah, I could, especially before in 51, they time me going from home to first in 3-1. Like if you do it in 3-6 or something, that's pretty fast. On a drag bunt hitting left-handed, I could go from home to first in 3-1. But I went from home to first in 3-4 hitting right-handed. So that's really quick. That's quite a bit faster than Ricky Henderson goes from home to first.
I asked Ted Williams this one time, and he just kind of laughed. I said, "What does it feel like when you hit a baseball just right? When you make the best possible contact you can make? What did it feel like to you?"
Well, I don't know if I can tell you here on TV. I could compare it to something.
That was sort of like what Ted said.
No, it's. I mean, it's the. I can get sometimes if I dream. I told you about my dream I had that I'm trying to make a comeback or something. Most of the time you ground out or you can't run to first or something. Every once in a while I make contact and I can see it going over a roof or something. I'll wake up with goosebumps. I still get it. When I can, like I saw me hitting those home runs on that clip you showed a while ago. I mean, that really makes you feel good. And that's the way I felt when I'd hit a home run. That's what I'm there for, you know, and as compared to striking out, it's really great.
Is that the way you always think of yourself? You know, like I said, you're a modest guy, but when you think about yourself, you think of a baseball player, a guy in a baseball uniform?
Yeah. No, I was a ball player all my life. I always will be.
Playing center field for the Yankees.
Yeah, I think I'm going concrete, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going concrete. So by that, he's either ISTJ or ISTP, but I mean, he's clearly SE, so that means he's ISTP. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, he's a hard one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like when people get older, they can be harder to type. I think that people are probably easiest to type in their early adulthood.
Yeah.
That's just something I've noticed.
And TI is a little bit harder to see a lot of times because it's like.
Yeah, that's what I was struggling with. I thought it'd be more obvious.
Yeah, but they don't reference much of anything, you know?
Yeah.
It's just they're like, especially like the ISTP, they really don't reference a lot of anything, really. So then it makes it real hard, but they're just sticking to the facts. And
true. Yeah.
That's what.
Just the facts. Yeah.
That's what they end up doing. I mean, what are we thinking here? ISTP, we are thinking Enneagram. What are we thinking? Maybe. What are we thinking, T?
That's a tough one. I mean, I think you know better than me.
Well, I think he's not a compliant type. Don't think he's a withdrawn type. So I think we're looking at a 3, 7, or 8.
You think 3? Because I think we could probably scratch off 7 easily, right?
Yeah, we scratch off 7.
Probably scratch off 8 pretty easily.
I think he might be an 8.
Oh, you think so?
8, maybe 8W9.
Okay.
I mean, he wasn't really talking about being the best and like all that type of shit. So,
that's true. Yeah.
You know, 8W9.
I see what you're saying. Probably SP.
Yeah.
SPSO.
Yeah, SPSO. I mean, that's what I think. What are we thinking about for subtype? ND or something, or NN? What are we thinking?
I think NN. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think a dominant 8 Enneagram. I don't think so. He's more like, you know,
he's fading into the background with
the
team with the 9-ish. What do we think about demigod level average?
Yeah, I think he was a great ball player, but I think in terms of development, I'd say probably about average.
Average. All right, guys. So we just typed Mickey
Mantle,
ISTP, guys. That one's a little bit trickier. Let's see. Is there another person that we can do? And we can call it quit after that. Maybe we want to do
someone not as painful.
I mean, we want to grab like a chess player or something. Fabiano.
I feel like that's just way too easy though, because it's going to be one of 2 types.
Yeah, ISTP or INTJ.
Yeah.
Sometimes the ENTP sneaks in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anybody at the top of my head that we want to do? You want to do the what that guy name is? Sultan or something like that?
Was he like a soccer player?
Yeah.
I guess we could do him. Hopefully he speaks fluent English.
No, I mean it's
because if not, I'd say do someone else because it's Yeah,
but he's really popular.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, guys. So we're gonna do a controversial one. I think everybody's been looking for this guy's type for a while now. I don't think we got him.
Who's Zlatan?
Yeah.
It was controversial.
I think a lot of people want to know his type.
Oh.
Go ahead and copy paste that. I think he's very braggadocious.
That's interesting. Might be looking at a pragmatic type.
Yeah, let's do Piers Morgan. That would be pretty good. Piers doesn't usually slap me with any like he usually doesn't slap people with copy strikes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got him as ESTP database consultant. Okay. All right, guys. So they T, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So they got Zlatan as an ESTP, guys. Then they got ENTJ behind it. He's got 300 and a good amount of votes. They also have him as 8W7, so it's interesting.
The dummy base.
Vic,
base
Vic,
does, they don't know the difference between ENTJ or ESTP.
Somebody said, Sad said he's either ESTP, ISTP, ENTP, or ESFP. And then Victor says ESTP or ENTP.
I mean, I can't really see his picture too well, but I'm agreeing. I could see the STP argument definitely, or ENTP argument.
Can you see it, T?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Can you hear?
He's an entertainer,
artist,
the star of a one-man show.
The stage is always his.
Calls himself a lion. Sometimes he calls himself the goat. Well, now the biggest ego in world sport meets, well, a similarly proportioned ego. On center stage, it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic, uncensored. Zlatan.
He's like Dracula.
Good, thank you.
I can't think of anybody better suited to do an interview for a show called Piers Morgan Uncensored than you.
I think I'm the perfect guy for you.
Do you feel like you've always been uncensored?
I feel, I've been myself always, even if people think I try to act or something, but I think I see and I say, so wrong and right, I'm being myself. I think it's very important.
Will I get to the real you in this interview?
100%. You put the level.
Getting direct responding.
Something I don't think you probably thought would ever happen. You worried about it happening. You were concerned about it happening. What's the reality been like?
I just retired 3 months ago, and I agree with you that if I wanted it or not is different, but I accepted it because in the end I was not feeling good. I could have continued suffering in physical way and keep going, but I want
to continue suffering. Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a red flag there. To continue suffering. Red flag.
I agree with you that if I wanted it or not is different, but I accepted it because in the end I was not feeling good. I could have continued suffering in physical way and keep going, but I wanted to feel good and I didn't want to have a consequence after my career where I'm limping.
Consequence after my career.
Or
journey,
I cannot do things with my voice. So I choose to stop, and I think I stopped in the right moment. But to be honest with you, when I see all the other strikers out there, I could still play because I would do much more than them and better than them. And that's not for my ego. That's facts.
You want to name some names?
Those are facts.
I could give you
I'm better than them.
Those are facts.
PI.
Many names. Probably 95% of them out there. So
you think you're better than 95% even now?
I am better. I
like
think.
Tate fucking hell.
Yeah.
I would take you Arsenal.
Okay.
Vic is happy. He's happy to get.
We're going to come to that. It breaks my heart. I can't even think about it. We're at the Shaftesbury Theatre, one of London's great theatres here. You're used to being on the big stage. This is one of the big stages of theatre. It's an empty crowd. There's no one here.
Yeah, just
a few people.
You should have brought me the crowd.
Well, I wanted to see how
initiated.
Yeah.
I would make them bounce.
But you would.
I will make them bums.
100%.
How are you going to deal with not having the big crowds? Being on the big stage with a big crowd and now this?
I think I don't need that. I've been doing it for 20 years, 25 years. I played in front of 90,000. And
I did this.
I made them bounce. I made them cheer. I made them whistle.
I did this. I
made them hate. I made them love. So all these things. And I don't have that ego that I need attention now because I am who I am. I'm remembered for what I did on the field. So I'm not looking for attention. I'm not looking for get recognized and all those things because, or else I would choose to be a commentator. I would do those things that you have these ex-players doing because they're doing it because they still miss the attention. They want to be seen in front of the camera and
they want.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand them because when you're on the field, you feel alive. And when you go there, you get this adrenaline.
Talking about feeling alive, the adrenaline, that's all SI.
You feel the grass, you feel the duels, you feel the heat, you feel the atmosphere. And then depending on what kind of player you are, I'm a very emotional player when I'm on the field. So I switch from one thing to another thing. And but now it's a different thing. Now
I switch from one thing to another thing.
Any?
Yeah, I think
you got. What you're thinking?
You got big dick ENTP, man. They could be obnoxious.
The thing and but now it's a different thing. Now I will live let's say a normal life and hopefully a normal life. And
what do you want to do? Have you worked it out yet?
I'm doing more. I mean, now 3 months has gone, so I'm doing more things now than I did when I was active. So I have my collaborations. I do different things and different projects. I'm a little bit curious about the acting thing because I've been trying some things in front of the camera. I mean, I'm not shy.
I've been trying these things in front of the camera.
If I'm a good actor, I don't know. I don't think.
I could see you playing a James Bond villain.
Villain, yeah. I would smash James Bond, but he could win in the end.
Somebody said, they said, laugh out. We went from a tough one to an obvious one. And then somebody said, laugh out loud. Like, yeah, bro. Sometimes, bro, the thing is though, like, they could trip you up because they're so braggadocious. Some of these ENTPs are so braggadocious.
I'm okay with that. But during the movie, I would smash him and then probably I would lay somewhere 2 meters under the ground, which is okay.
Because when you smile and you light up the room, you're very charming. You seem a very nice guy. When you don't smile, yes.
I look sharp.
You have a very severe face, which I've seen on many a football field. You could be a good villain, I think.
I think also, and for my English also, I sound like I don't know, criminal Russian type. So could be. But I'm interested. I'm curious. I like to see how it works and why not? I mean, just to try some different things.
At your last game, AC Milan supporters obviously going crazy for you. You made a very emotional, heartfelt address. It was very moving, actually. And at one stage, it was interrupted by the Verona fans booing you. And you stopped. You stopped talking to your fans. And you addressed the Verona fans and you said, keep booing. This is the biggest moment in your year, seeing me.
Yes.
I love that.
That was me being me, exactly. Yeah. That was me being me. And
me being me.
Like I said, you whistle, you cheer, but for them was the moment of the year because seeing me is not for everybody. So that's the way they enjoyed it. Because remember, if they whistle you or talk bad about you, it's because you're number one.
Did you play better when you were in front of home supporters cheering you, or when you were away, someone like Inter Milan, where they wanted to kill you?
I mean, when you play on the highest level, you need to fight trigger points because obviously after a while you get used to one thing. And then when you're used to one thing, you don't get triggered the same way. Obviously, you're a professional guy. You go out, you do your job. But for me, it was about getting triggered. I needed to get adrenaline. And playing home could be the fans.
I need to get some SI.
could
Would
be
you
the
put him down
opponent.
for 7,
I
or
needed
maybe
to find
8
trigger
7?
points where
I think he's obviously a 3, 7, or 8.
Yeah.
But the way he brags so goddamn much, I think you have to give him a 3.
Oh, 3, yeah.
Because he brags so much about being the best and all this
Like
other
3
shit.
SO.
Yeah.
I trigger myself and I became more active. But I have to admit that away games, I feel alive. I feel very alive. Where the night, let's say away against Inter, which is still my home because it's my stadium still, and 90,000 whistling you.
I mean, just look how ridiculous he is. He says it's still my stadium because it's still my home. Look, this guy.
I feel alive because
I feel with you, Zlatan, that your whole life.
I mean, it's just like over the top, bro. It's like how like Tate switches everything into like something too. It's crazy.
In a fight.
Yes.
And that's the way you've actually liked it.
Yes.
You were brought up in an environment like that. You played football in that environment. You were at your best when you were in a scrap. And it was interesting going over your life and reviewing it. You actually said you viewed football as you viewed life. It's a fight, you said. And of course, you're a Taekwondo black belt as well. So you do actually know how to properly fight. I need to be angry to play well, you said. I need to shout and make some noise. And then your co-writer on your autobiography, David, he said complex is the best way to describe Zlatan. On the one hand, he's a strong warrior type who knew he had to be very tough to survive. So he takes on fights all the time because he's always had to. But another part of him is vulnerable. He's a guy wounded by his upbringing. He uses all that to create strength for himself. In his position, 99 guys out of 100 would have gone under, but he used his anger to make himself better.
That's true.
You think that's an accurate?
I think it's a correct picture of me because even if I'm not in a fight, I'm looking for a fight because it's something that.
All right, so T, he might be an 8.
I mean, I know he's really braggadocious. I think it's especially 3 SO. I would expect them to be kind of like more polished.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where you're leaning with Tate at this point, but I mean,
I think Tate. I mean, a lot of people say Tate's a 3. Some people, I think Tate's a 7. I think Tate's a 7W8. So this guy's got to be a 7W8. It's just.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean,
also like what you're talking about is like being able to spin anything into a positive. That's like 7 territory, and that's something that Tate does, and I think he's kind of doing that as well.
Yeah, it's called positive reflect.
Yeah,
7s do 7s, 2s, and 9s.
Yeah.
So
I think 7W8 actually makes more sense than 3.
7W8, yeah.
Kicks. I get a kick off. I get adrenaline off, and where I came from, it was about survival mode. I mean, the strongest guy would survive, and to survive, you needed to be tough. You needed to show you're tough, and that's where I came from. But
all this SI need to show you tough. No, you should. It's all SI.
Brought it in my game also, and I had moments where it was going against me, moments where it was giving me advantage, and all around me they were talking, like it always is, media, they criticize you, they talk shit about you, and they want to have something to say. But that was me. If I would not be like that, I would not be where I came, or maybe sit here and speak to Piers Morgan. So,
will I get a better interview out of you by being nice to you, or if I start yanking your chain, insulting you a bit, roughing you up a bit? Will I get the real Zlatan then?
No, you will get the real Zlatan in any question. I mean, if you're looking for something, I will give it to you. if you
That's so funny. If you're looking for something, I'll give it to you. That's crazy. Yeah. Those I mean, it's what I've noticed with ENTPs is they kind of meet you where you're at, right? If you're real nice to them, they're really nice to you. If you're like a dickhead, then they'll be straight up ass. Like Kyle says, whatever level they're at, he goes one step higher than that.
You just keep it on a simple way. I still give it to you because I have a lot of experience. I mean, in front of media, I gave them shit. They gave me, but I'm enjoying it that moment. Shit. I think I had moments where media
pragmatic.
Thought that I have some kind of acting thing image because I want to do hardcore image for the media, and then I'm soft on the inside. But I'm not afraid to say what I think. I'm not afraid to do what I believe in. Then afterwards they give you or nothing. I mean, it's me. I cannot change me. I'm not here to be beautiful or to be perfect to somebody. I think being yourself is perfect. You will do mistakes. You will learn from your mistakes, and you will still do mistakes. So I think it's important being yourself. I came to America. I saw actors. I saw big shots trying to make the perfect image. And I go to one of the show and they're like, where's your crew or entourage? And I'm like, what about my entourage? No, but normally like famous people, they come with 20 people. I say, you're here for me or my entourage? For you. I'm here. So I don't need them to make my image. I'm here for myself. So that's why I always say, be yourself. Being perfect is being yourself. And
authenticity has a power to it, I think.
I think so, yes. And me getting angry and that's me. I need to get fired up. So that's how I bring out sharpness. That's how I bring out the best out of me when I walk on fire. Because if you make me feel too comfortable, I'm playing to win. And to win, I will destroy you. I will do everything to win. And I need to win. Because when I win is my proof that I am alive. And that's wherever I came, I was like that. But then I had situation where I have teammates, they would crack. They would not make it. They would cry in front of me. But I don't care because I'm here to win. Because I played in top 5 clubs in the world. I played maybe 3 of them. And if I don't do my job, they bring in somebody else and I'm not there anymore. So that's why I say it's about survival mode. I'm not here to be nice or to be bad. I'm here to win. So to win, I needed to get those find those trigger points to get the best out of me.
I think to understand why you're like this, I want to take you back to Malmo, to Rosengard, where you grew up. You've described it as being like a ghetto. It was a rough, tough place. You said you can take a guy away from Rosengard, but you can't take Rosengard out of a guy.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I can make it out of the ghetto, but the ghetto will stay in me. So I came from Rosengard because I am still who I am, even if I'm not there. And that's what I say. You can take yourself out of a place, but the place you were raised and born in, it will still be in you. So that I would never change for success. I would never change for whatever happens to me.
I think that's pretty abstract.
The same guy because the real thing will stay and survive longer. Not because I come in a nice area now, I bought a nice house in a nice area, I become them. No, I'm still myself. But my proof to them is I can also live here, even if I'm from that area. And I think it's important because you need to represent where you come from. But obviously, then you need discipline, you need respect, you need education. You cannot be an animal in your own where you come from and then animal there. You need to keep the discipline and the respect, which...
You said that where I come from, people were always judging me and telling me, no, that's not possible. I want to show kids growing up like I did that anything is possible. I'm the living proof that you can succeed. Do you think you've had that impact on young people who are in your position?
100%. Because where I came from, with my background, if you look of the history, like in my game, my football game, there were not a lot of players with different background that would make it or that would get the possibility or the chance to just to show themselves. And I'm happy that I went through all these walls just to open the door for the next generation. So I opened the door, they have to...
I'm happy I went through all these walls. I'm so big and tough and strong.
SI?
Yeah.
Step in. So I cannot talk for them. I cannot do the things for them. I just opened the doors and I had to go through a lot of to come where I am and to show everybody that
I had to go through a lot of shit.
And make them accept also that it's okay, whoever you are, to give you a chance. Then I talk Sweden because that is my base. Then obviously you become a global person and it spreads out because for me, we're all the same, but still different. So all of us has the same possibilities to make it. But then it's up to you also, whatever you want
Possibilities to make it, but it's all about what you want
to do.
Tell me about your parents. Your father first.
See, we done here. We're done.
With that question, yeah. I mean, he's pretty interesting, but we're just gonna keep on seeing the same shit we could watch him for an hour and he'll still be saying the same shit.
Yeah, ENTP. But what do we think about Enneagram? You think an 8 or 7? I think.
I mean, it's either 7W8 or 8W7.
One of those two.
I think, I don't know. I think he is like, in many ways, he is kind of like Tate.
Mm-hmm. He's like to be honest, he's like Tate. He's got the same Tate like mindset, but he's actually like more successful. Same mindset, but he's just like more successful. Well,
more, and Tate. Tate obviously he did some shady things to get successful.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really his kickboxing that made him successful. He even says it. He was successful with the webcam shit. That's kind of what got him on the path that he's on.
I think like this guy's a dog. But I mean, I don't know much about him, but I would say he probably controls it well. But I guarantee you could probably find some interviews of him flying off the Richter.
Oh, for sure.
Because it ain't hard to get an ENTP to go lose their shit. It's not fucking hard. I mean, he turned the SI into actual like a weapon, kind of like my brother. I ain't gonna lie, he's got the same simplest type as my brother. Well, they think that they're superheroes. Like they literally think they're fucking superheroes.
Oh yeah, Tate does that shit as well. Like when he tells a story, it's like it's what is it? That main character syndrome where he's the superhero in his own universe.
Victor said he's more singular focused than Tate. Okay.
In what way though?
Victor, in what way, man? What way are you thinking, Victor? Oh shit.
Like maybe he's saying that Tate is kind of like Tate has like a lot of interests. He does a number of things.
Yeah. So we got him as an ENTP, guys. We're still. I mean, obviously, this guy's double D. Like we don't even have to worry about it. Like he's big dick. He's big. He's big dick in it, man.
No normalizing, harmonizing here. No creative.
Yeah, he's all on the D. Double D. I'd say he's prodigy. ENTP. But Enneagram, where we going? 7W8. I think he's SOSP.
Oh, really?
What do you think?
You think SO first?
I mean, all that bragging and shit. I mean, it got to be SOSP.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
But what do we think? Are we going with 7W8? I mean, if he's any Dom, I think you got to roll 7W8.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
You got to. I think you got to 7W8.
I think the dummy base had him as an 8, right? Or
yeah. Go T.
Well, and we see this all the time where the dummy base they type ENTPs, that dominant ENTPs, just like Tate. They'll type them as ENTJ or ESTP. That's pretty common that they do that.
All right, Victor said had a 20-year career at top player at 40 years old. Tate dropped out of kickboxing at 28 or something. Yeah, I just say he's a more developed ENTP. But I think you gotta give an ENTP a 7 core. A lot of them either 7 or 3. And obviously, I mean, he's leading into the 8, and I think that's why he's so wild and using that anger and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you got to give him a 7 until somebody can prove us wrong that he's Nate. I'm gonna rock with ENTP usually being a 7 or a 3 and probably an 8 wing. So yeah, guys, this was fun. I think me and T, unless you want to do another one, I'm ready to close up shop.
No, I think I'm good for today.
Yeah. What do we get? We got an INFJ, an ISTP, and an ENTP.
So, and the list we did, the most athletic list, these are pretty much all types that we would put towards the top. ISTP is in the top category. I think we had ENTP in the top category as well, right? The apex predator.
No, we had them in
built different.
Yeah.
Built different. And then INFJ obviously also built different.
Yeah, different. Yeah. I mean, we said it, but people looked at us crazy when we said it.
I was kind of surprised that this was going to be an ENTP soccer player, but I mean, yeah, it's a fact.
And he's like Tate. Just walk around like fucking Andrew Tate.
And he also has a black belt in judo, I think it was.
Oh shit! This guy got a black belt in judo too.
Yeah, he's a black belt. So he's multi-talented.
He's tapping into that anger.
Yeah,
that's what they do. They type into that anger, man.
Well, yeah, he even talked about his anger fueling him.
Yeah. Yeah, and he said he doesn't run around with a crew, you know. Yeah, I mean maybe he's SP. SP.
Yeah.
SP. Change that to SP.
That might make more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not running around with a crew. So SP.
Yeah, initially I was leaning SP because he just seems so much to himself.
Yeah, I think he's all about himself.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Taekwondo. All right, Victor said Taekwondo.
What, Taekwondo? Okay.
Yeah. That still takes a lot of commitment.
For sure.
Apparently somebody said that he played on a torn ACL. That's nuts. That's some SI inferior type shit, boy. Like, well, they just don't even they know the pain's there. They just don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, like David Goggins.
Like David Goggins, crazy ass. Like he knows he's like destroying his body, but they don't even give a fuck. And then they be mad when their body's broken down, and they become Darth Vader. They literally become Darth Vader because of all the shit they be doing to their body. But yeah. All right, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next one. It was a fun one. Me and T are gonna get out of here. It was nice to see Leslie, Victor, Sad, some other people. It was fun, guys. All right, guys. Peace out.
Peace.
All right, T, man.